There is something intriguingly interesting about working in lighting because we see what we light. The absence of light is dark. We don't see. All of what we see, either it's lit or how we light it. And what could be more powerful than let there be light? I developed lighting because I found lighting was most interesting. There were many more dimensions to it. It was not just about form and shape and utility, but also about what happens with light. I started making things in the basement that became things that actually sold. I designed the orbiter on my 23rd birthday. It was on display in the Museum of Modern Art. The purpose was to have a functional light that moved anywhere within a hemisphere, up or down, or fully extended. Somehow there was something that made perfect sense to me about there being a real integrity in doing something as simply as possible to execute a task or a function without adornment, and to get the beauty from the existence of that object in its simplicity, not in its complexity. And it just clicked. It clicked right away. It's not about just putting light in a space. It's about creating an environment, creating the depth, and creating your perception of a space. It's all about manipulating light. Even at my stage, I'm supposed to feel old. I don't. Working with restoration was a reawakening of skill sets and experiences that I hadn't had in a while. They wanted a very high value product, and they instructed me to work in solid brass, which was quite challenging and turned out to be spectacular because it investigated a craft and a craftsmanship that we really didn't have here. These were old craftsmen that had worked in brass for generations and really knew how to make the material sing. Design is not something that we do for everyone that's involved. It's something that we are. It's how we see our life, how we see the world, and how we challenge our environment. Lighting has become even more intriguing, even more interesting today. We light texture and surface, and we can give shape and form and interest to an environment, and we can control it. Everything that drives me is what's next. Once I do something, to me it's gone. It's yesterday's news. So I don't like to look back a lot. Here is just a point in time, and it's evolutionary, and it's progressive. And I think that this is just a snapshot. Everything is light.